cozy fall living room decor ideas that'll make you never want to leave autumn. Mornings are the first ones to present the crispness of the season and of the day. You have a cup of coffee or tea that is hot, and the next decision is whether or not to get your sweater out of the closet. If you are my type of person, the first breath of autumn air is the signal for nesting mode to be activated, and you are ready to make your full living room the coziest spot in the whole house. Whether you start from a blank slate or just want to give your current area a little update, these fall living room decor suggestions will help you create an ambiance that is not only inviting, but also comforting, as it welcomes you every time you come in. The good thing about autumn living room ideas is that they are not as expensive as you think, and do not require a complete makeover. The secret lies in the little details that add up to a warming effect, the texture, and the unmistakable autumnal feeling. From fall colors for a living room to warm and comfy textiles, we will discuss the ways to get a fall living room that is as good as the season itself. In the next paragraphs, why fall living room decor feels different this year. The era of full decorating being synonymous with a lavish display of all things pumpkin is past. Today's ideas for autumn living room decoration tend to the elegant, and they can easily remain through the whole season and even further. The world of design has marked down to earth, more refined, and less pronounced seasonal decoration with a strong emphasis on the fashionable earthy colors, which are like deep terracottas, rich browns, muted greens, and warm ochres that energize the atmosphere of every place. At the same time, autumn was represented in a very clear way by decorating techniques that broaden the warmth of the indoors and the cozy-up feeling of fall. We can notice the emergence of subtle hints that are leaning towards. This alteration happens to be one that creates spaces that are felt to be collected and intentional rather than overstressed with theming. It is a case of hinting and very gently using fall living room decors that allow one and even the whole family to enjoy the enriching experience of living through the season in their part of the house. The main trick to successful autumn living room ideas is the realization that fall decorating is not about following strict rules. The latter is to be understood as creating a feeling, i.e., that warmth and comfort phenomenon that we all need when the days are getting cool and short. It is expected from your living room to entice you to curl up with a book, have the most amazing and cozy gatherings with friends, or even just enjoy a quiet moment while the very beautiful autumn leaves are changing colors right outside your window, creating your perfect fall color palette. Let us consider the living room spaces with a warm fall, since colors really have the power to change the whole atmosphere of your autumn transformation. This year, the shades of deep chocolate brown and butter yellow are getting the most attention amongst others, as they each seem to highlight the neutral fall tones and are the perfect match. Nevertheless, the great thing about the cozy fall living room is being able to play around with more than two shades. I was a bit hesitant when I wanted to bring the fall color palette home into my living room, but in the end, he went for Italiano. But what I learned from my experience is that you don't have to go for large-scale changes like your walls or buying a new sofa to make an impact. Play with little fall accent furniture ideas and check your feelings towards the colors. Just placing a burnt sienna throw pillow on one side and a deep forest green vase on the other, the energy of your room can get completely different with these small additions. Picture the colors that you will find outside in autumn. Terracotta, sage, and beige are among the most favored earth tones since they represent care and that the person is in touch with nature. Besides, very often such colors can be used in interior designs of any style, from sophisticated modern to understandable traditional or even mixed eclectic. Golden shades are an excellent choice for areas where you want to maximize the light coming in naturally, while dark mocha or coffee brown shades make the fall living room makeovers feel even cozier. I favor this method, as it allows you to make choices according to your room's natural lighting. If your living room is bright with warm sunlight in the afternoons, then those golden shades will definitely light up. In the meantime, those dark browns will be creating a warm and inviting atmosphere that is just right for the evening. Combining warm and cool tones for fall is 100% fine for you. Deep burgundy and red wine shades, together with the viral, unexpected red theory, are taking over homes, hence providing warmth during the cold months. The main point is to pick living room shades that are of fall colors and that are relatable to you personally. Your home should be a reflection of your warm personality, not just a set of amenities, according to the cozy fall vibes aesthetic. Layering textures for ultimate coziness. The most important aspect of a warm and inviting living room is texture. The fall season has seen a rise in layered decorations, where interior designers are playing around with books, art piles, and textiles and arranging similar items in such a way that depth, warmth, and visual interest are created. Tovagine with living room sofas are the easiest and most impressive places to add texture. Lazy draping of soft throws in materials like fleece, wool, or chunky knitted throw blankets over your sofas and armchairs not only adds warmth, but also creates a welcoming atmosphere. And here's a little secret too. Don't have to fold them perfectly. Sometimes, the most inviting living rooms have throws laid out casually, giving the impression that someone just got up from a snug reading. Autumn living room ideas call for the use of pillows, which are your best buddies, layering with different fall textures and layering of velvet, faux, fur, and wool. And using fall pillow covers are the best ways to have an economical and organized storage space. Not only is it more economical, but it is also much easier to store. Velvet and wool home decor has an attractive texture and opulent look that have continued to keep it in vogue, and it is not limited to cushions or curtains, but also to bigger furniture like sofas and headboards. If a velvet sofa seems too big a step, start with a velvet ottoman or 1 or 2 velvety throw pillows. You may be surprised at how much luxury this one fabric can add to your room. The most favorite autumn textures are corduroy, cashmere, woven, burlap, wicker, and velvet, which bring the feeling of fall and also create visual interest in places. The most attractive thing about combining these different materials is that each material has its unique way to reflect light and to provide soft and warm feelings. The combination of a woven basket beside a velvet chair, a burlap pillow, and a smooth leather ottoman, and their contrasts, makes one experience the whole thing through multiple senses, as if it is really happening. While decorating the contemporary autumn living space with different textures, consider both the way they look and how they feel. Your eyes should move around the room, discovering walls and materials that are different and worthy of appreciation, while your hands should be the ones wanting to touch and explore. That's when you can be sure you've made a place with a truly amazing texture. Bringing nature indoors. One of the most impactful concepts for living room fall decoration is to merge outdoor and indoor areas. Fall suggests the usage of materials like wood, stone, and plants for creating a peaceful and rooted atmosphere. With furniture items made of natural woods like oak, walnut, or reclaimed would quickly bring in the earthiness of nature indoors. Dried and faux flowers have been used in autumn decorations and have become quite regular, and it's hardly a surprise. Dried or faux flowers are highly favored for fall, with ways to accentuate the look, like adding pampas grass-dried stems to big vases for textural appeal or using dried flowers for DIY wreaths. Last year, I began drying the flowers and branches from my garden. It not only cost less, but also gave a very personal feel to my sustainable fall home styling. When it comes to full living room ideas, wood elements are definitely worth considering. A live-edge coffee table or a rustic wooden console can be the main point of attraction that would add to the organic beauty of the room. Even if you are not thinking of buying new furniture, you could still have wood in your room through little things like wooden serving boards which are on the open shelf, wooden candle holders, or a reclaimed wood tray on the coffee table. Finely handcrafted and sustainable wood furniture is not only captivating but also green, as a majority of the workshop partners prefer using FSC certified wood, which is from responsibly managed forests. So if you are thinking of getting new pieces, the eco-friendly decorating way will add another layer of thoughtfulness to your space. On the other hand, natural woven elements are also perfectly in accord with this autumn aesthetic. Area rugs made of natural materials like jute or sisal are great for all seasons, as they are classic choices that can be used both in winter and summer. The power of lighting and ambience. One factor that is often overlooked in the relaxing fall atmosphere is the lighting that can change a living room into a warm fall, one or the other way around. Light not only creates mood, warmth, and atmosphere, but also the right kind of lighting. And in autumn, when days get shorter and nights longer, the light in the snug home for fall really becomes very important. If you intend to give the room a warm and cozy feel in a quick manner, then warm and dim lighting should be used. And of course, lighting from multiple sources would then add to the warmth and comfort prevailing in every corner of the room. Just picture it. The light coming from above can be very cold and bright, especially on those dusky and dull autumn evenings. If you mix the light coming from table lamps, floor lamps, and maybe some string lights or candles. You will be doing away with the coldness and crafting a very warm and inviting atmosphere of splashes of light among your furniture. However, on the other hand, the candles should be mentioned as the most important source of warming a room with light, which is also a very easy and inexpensive way to give the feeling of a cozy fall living room. The classic autumn-scented candles like cinnamon, apple, maple, cloves, and warm woody amber can all be used to produce that inviting atmosphere. I have a cluster of different scented candles in my living room. A few of them would be lit, while the rest would be selected based on the mood I want to create. In case there is any concern about fire safety or if children and pets are around, then fall LED candles are the answer. The quality of LED candles has very much improved. Many of them are equipped with truly flickering flames that provide a snug atmosphere, just like the real candles without the worry. Besides, you may want to take into account the color temperature of the light bulbs. Switching to warm tanned bulbs, look for 2700K3O. In your existing lamps can instantly make your cozy autumn evenings feel warmer and more inviting. Statement pieces that define the season calming and warm. This particular statement piece I always suggest for living room ideas in fall is an oversized print or a gallery wall of art pouring warmth. If the main function of art were to cover the wall, then it would just take over the entire room while determining its mood. An expansive view of a landscape painting with trees wearing red, orange, and yellow, or an abstract work of bright ochres and burnt sienna, or perhaps a series of antiquated botanical prints can all render your living room's atmosphere completely different. Mirrors should not be forgotten and can be placed in the center of attention. Just like in the case of dark rooms that would be getting darker and darker due to shorter days. A giant mirror, beautifully framed in warm wood and brass accessories, can capture natural light during the day and candlelight at night. Hence, it would be like adding twice as much both warmth and brightness to your area. Besides, mirrors always give the illusion of spaciousness, and that is surely a plus. Color, drenching ceiling color matching to wall color can significantly elevate the overall comfort of a room by creating the visual effect of a lower ceiling, which is especially beneficial during the fall when spacious and bright rooms can turn chilly all of a sudden. Although it surely requires more commitment, it does create an extraordinarily enveloping and cozy atmosphere. If you are still not ready to paint, you can still have a similar effect through a well-thought-out textile and accessories color coordination. Another way is to create a focal point around your fireplace, if you have one. Even a fireplace that does not function can still play the role of the heart of your living room as fall decor. A fall decoration on the mantle with leaves and candles is very easy to make and personal. Vary the heights among the items you use. Combine the natural elements with candles, and do not hesitate to let it look a bit organic and imperfect. The most enchanting fall mantle decorations I've encountered have that quality of being collected over time, rather than looking as if they were styled in just one shopping trip.
Practical tips for transitioning your space now. Let's discuss the practical aspects of making these living room fall ideas a reality. To get started, you really don't have to implement all the changes simultaneously. On the contrary, I would go so far as to suggest that back and forth adding of fall elements is much easier to adapt to and allows you to actually experience the changes in your seasonal comfort decor for a longer time before you add more. Choose the area of your living room that you think needs the fall touch, the most probably a sofa or a reading nook, and make it autumnal completely. Get those textures right, add your autumn colors, and bring in some natural elements. Once that particular space feels cozily perfect, you can transition to another area. This method not only keeps your room from being too much, but also allows you to enjoy each stage of the transitional fall decor project without feeling overwhelmed. Before going out to get new decoration items, think about things you already use in your home. Can that summer throw be replaced with a cozier option that has been in storage? Are there any warm tone pieces that you could use to create a fresh look after they have been brought out? Sometimes all you need is to have a little bit of rearranging done to what you already have, but with a fresh autumn perspective. The mix of old and new autumn-inspired living room decor brings about a layered, personal, and collected look with the vintage items like bread bowls, dough bowls, old frames, and baskets fitting in perfectly with the existing decor. Among the things I love to do in the fall is shopping for unique pieces in thrift stores and antique markets. The reason is not just that it is friendly to the budget, but also that you find one-of-a-kind items that give your space character and tell a story. Another practical aspect of the whole arrangement is the storage. What are you going to do with your summer decor? I keep labeled bins for each season, which makes the transition very easy. The use of full pillow covers saves storage space as well as money because you just need to store light covers instead of full pillows. This same principle is also applicable to other seasonal textiles. You should also think about maintenance. Fall comes and goes along with the seasons. Thus, more time indoors translates into more time residing in the living room space. So, choose fabrics and materials that can withstand the real-life situation. The beautiful cream velvet might not be the best option if you have kids who love hot chocolate. But then again, a rich brown or patterned fabric of similar texture would be convincingly beautiful as well as capable of hiding inevitable spills. Creating cozy conversation areas. What a delight it is to gather with people you love in the autumn season, which is also marked by an increase in family game nights, book club meetings, and even candlelight dinners. Fall in a cozy living room is not just about being warm and nice to look at. It is about the space's adaptability and the way it entwines people together. Such gatherings should dictate furniture arrangement in the home. If extra space is available, consider introducing some additional seating arrangements. Layering gives that collected, lived-in vibe, which is so typical of homes that are warm and welcoming, especially in autumn when the desire for the comfort factor is at its peak. Your main seating may be arranged around the TV, but a couple of chairs turned towards the window with a small side table between them create a perfect spot for morning coffee and conversation. You might consider setting up multiple seating areas if there is enough space. Layering creates the lived-in, collected look that is so typical of homes that are warm and welcoming, especially during autumn when people tend to seek comfort the most. The coffee table proves to be the living room's most versatile and useful piece of furniture during the fall months. Style it with layers books stacked at various heights, a wooden tray with candles, and a small vase with full foliage. But also make sure that you leave some space for the actual uses. The most stunning coffee table styling won't count for anything if there isn't a place to put your mug of hot apple cider or the bowl of popcorn that will be enjoyed during the movie night. Baskets will always help you to achieve that homely yet organized look. Besides placing the basket in your living room for easy access, you can also keep a stock of warm, cozy blankets to cover yourself during the cold season. The final touches that make it personal. Instead of just following a Pinterest board, your fall living room should be the canvas of your personality. Maybe fall is the right time to show off your grandmother's old pumpkin collection. Then again, it could even be framing dried leaves from a hike that holds a special memory. Or it might just be displaying your favorite autumn books. These are the little things that speak of you and your interests. Do not think twice about including items that hold great value to you, even if they don't quite fit in with a conventional fall decor theme. The unique piece of art you got during your travels, the handcrafted clay bowl from a local artist, the bright throw that does not go well with the others but still brings you happiness, all these other things that make your home feel alive. Another great idea to add character to your fall living room is to display pictures. Consider switching the frames to warm wood tones or brass for the season, and showing family photos of different fall activities from the pasta picking excursions, Halloween costumes over the years, and Thanksgiving celebrations. Such photos that are full of memories will not only make your space feel inhabited, but also loved. Don't forget the outside view. If you are lucky enough to have windows that look out on the fall's stunningly colorful trees, then don't go overboard with the fall decorations. The hinges of the curtains may be the simplest, but also the most effective autumn decoration in that they allow the season's transition to become a part of your interior design. Simple yet elegant window treatments that allow nature's display to enhance rather than compete will ensure that view is framed. Embracing the cozy fall living room lifestyle, the main thing is that creating a living room for fall is not a matter of just following the newest designs and spending a lot of money on getting new decorations. On the contrary, it is about deriving enjoyment from the autumnal season in all its glorious colors, textures, and the incorporation of natural materials. Besides, it is about transforming a dark space into a bright one, and thus making homecoming daily not only a routine, but also a treat. Your living room should be a personal expression of yourself and the season. September's first weekend may mean that the fall is only mildly displayed. Possibly just swapping the cushions and introducing some fall colors. By October's end, you may be ready for a season of the richer and darker colors, of more layered textiles, and so on. As November comes, your space can become cozier with cuddles among the blankets. More lighting in the form of candles, and those last changes that will keep you through Thanksgiving to early winter.